Weapons is Warner Brothers' sixth 40 million plus opener in a row. Thanks for joining me as I break down this weekend's box office winners. Now before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe so you always know which movies come out on top. Now let's get into Warner Brothers' sixth success story for the year. Warner Brothers is continuing their streak with Weapons, as the film opened to 42.5 million domestically. This is fantastic news all around for Freakier, Warner Brothers, and especially for horror movies, more specifically original horror movies. Weapons now joins Sinners and Nope as the top 3 biggest post-pandemic debuts for original films. And what's crazy is that all 3 of these films are horror movies. So it looks like a true classic never goes out of style. The film earned an impressive A- cinema score, which is just unheard of for horror movies. And it also had strong reviews from both critics and audiences on Rotten Tomatoes. And all of these are great signs for its legs at the box office. Now, if we compare to similar horror hits like Sinners and Get Out, which had impressive multipliers, even if Weapons has a 5 times multiplier, which is on the lower end, the film still has a possibility to cross $200 million domestically, which is just amazing for a movie with a $38 million budget. And that is why Hollywood loves horror films, and they will continue to make them as they're so cheap to make. Premium formats were also huge for this film, as IMAX and other large premium formats accounted for 34% of the film's opening weekend, meaning that people were just rushing to see this on a premium format to get the best experience possible. Now let's take a look at the demographics. The audience breakdowns were 45% Caucasian, 27% Latino/Hispanic, 13% Black, and 9% Asian American. Now this is a healthy demographic turnout, so let's hope that the film continues to have legs. Also, 63% of ticket buyers bought their tickets day of, and the gender split was 60% male and 40% female, meaning that word of mouth was fantastic, and it's not majorly male as other recent big films. Internationally, Weapons made $27.5 million, bringing its worldwide debut to $70 million. Again, this is a huge return for such a low-budget film. And another feather in Warner Brothers' cap is that it beat rival studio Disney, as in second place was Disney's own Freakier Friday. The film opened with $29 million domestically, and it was a bit front-loaded on Friday. And of course, I would attribute this to people wanting to see Freakier Friday on a Friday. Still, this is Lindsay Lohan's biggest opening ever, surpassing Mean Girls' $24.4 million debut back in 2004. Overseas, it made $15.5 million for a $44.5 million global debut. With a $42 million budget, solid word of mouth, and an A cinema score, Disney should be happy. The film did skew heavily female, with 71% of the audience being female, so it's looking like majority men went to see Weapons, while women went to go see Freakier Friday. The overall diversity was 52% Caucasian, 26% Latino/Hispanic, 9% Black, and 9% Asian American. Third place went to Fantastic Four: First Steps, which dropped 60% in its third weekend, making another $15.5 million domestically. Now, this is actually pretty bad, as usually with huge comic book blockbusters, they do drop in the 60s in their second weekend, but they quickly recuperate in their third weekends forward, with drops at about 50% or less. So this means that Fantastic Four continues to be very front-loaded. Domestically, it's at $230.4 million, with $203.8 million internationally, for a global tally of $434.2 million. At this rate, it's looking like the film may not even hit $500 million worldwide by the end of its run, which is just a scary thought for Marvel. In fourth place was The Bad Guys 2, with a 53% drop in its second weekend, making $10.4 million. Its total so far is at $43.4 million domestically and at $84 million worldwide. It's looking like the film might not reach the first film's global total run of about $250 million, but let's hope this film at least hits $200 million worldwide, for it to not look like a complete disappointment. In fifth place was The Naked Gun, down another 50% in its second weekend, making another $8.37 million. It's made $33 million domestically and $56 million worldwide. In sixth place was Superman, making another $7.8 million in its fifth weekend. Its domestic total is at $331.2 million, surpassing Batman v Superman's $330 million domestic total, which now makes Superman the biggest Superman film domestically. Superman has also made $247.6 million internationally, for a $585.5 million global tally. The film will definitely pass $600 million worldwide, and end at about $640 million. Seventh place, Jurassic World Rebirth, added another $4.7 million domestically in its sixth weekend. It's made $326.8 million domestically, and worldwide it's made $800 million. The film should end its global run at about $850 million worldwide, which makes it the lowest grossing Jurassic World film, but considering the market we're in, this is great. 8th place, F1, dropped only 32% in its 7th weekend to $2.83 million. Domestically, it's at $178.6 million, and it has made $392.1 million internationally, for a global tally at about $570 million. The film is looking to pass $600 million worldwide, and it's a huge success all around. 9th place, Together, made another $2.6 million in its 2nd weekend, dropping a harsh 62% in just week 2, but everyone is attributing this to Weapons' arrival. Lastly, in 10th place was Sketch, which opened to $2.5 million, but since the film had a 5-day opening, it's made $5 million in the US. And that's your box office recap for the weekend, with Weapons and Freakier Friday leading the charge. Let me know in the comments which debut impressed you more, and remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss next weekend's box office winners. And as always, keep watching.